Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of a home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs. So we've just loaded up 7 rebar cages to go inside the footings that we've been digging. We've collected 22 pieces of, is it 10mm rebar? 10mm rebar. So we've got our supplies. Meet you back up at the off-grid plot.
Oh, that was a bit of a dodgy load, but near enough fits. But we need to get it because the delivery guys are all on holiday. France shuts down July, August. It is so hard. So we would have had to wait another week for it to be delivered. It's only €50 to get delivered, but another week, it's too late. We want to get on with it this week. So we'll get this offloaded, positioned down there.
Let's go.
One at a time.
Not the wheelbarrow.
Anything could go wrong.
Wow.
That's all the rebar.
Gosh.
€360 to bury in the ground. Taking a break from the rebar for a few minutes because it poured it down with rain yesterday. So you know what we do for a living. If you're new to the channel, we run a cycling holiday business. Next week we're off to the French Alps, and I'm always worried when I go away and leave this place. Now we have several cameras already on the front and on the back, and we have an alarm, so it's pretty secure. But this area here is a massive blind spot. Now the reason I didn't put a camera up before is because this is quite low, so anybody can just wander along and whack it down. But thanks to Reolink, who sent us this Duo V3 camera, and it is basically vandal-proof. And it is perfect. It is at the right level. It is protected with this little overhang, and it gets a complete 180-degree view. So from this point right on the edge to the cement mixer over there, it sees everything. Now this is I don't know all the ratings, but it is rated to IK10 vandal-proof. It records in ultra clear 4K, so you just don't see the image, you actually see the detail, the faces or the feathers in our case, because we have so many crows. It takes a beautiful view of all our garden, so when we're away, Julie will be able to keep an eye on all those sweet potatoes. So it's going to be a pretty good nighttime viewing for us when we're in the hotels. I said it has a 180-degree view. It actually has 2 cameras pointing either direction, and they are seamlessly stitched together using AI. This camera system is not Wi-Fi, so this is hardwired into my little router in my tech room, and the power over Ethernet cable allows this to be installed with a single cable. I've also got it backed up with its own 12-volt supply that I've run from my little transformer in the tech room. There's no cables on show. I'm pretty happy with this install. I managed to get it within this wooden beam, so you can't actually see where the cables are. If I put this metal plate up here when I installed the garage, and behind there is a void that I can do all the cabling and everything. It just worked out perfectly. Somebody at the plot. Who is it? Who's that? Oh. Go away!
I've gone!
Go away! I'd like to thank Reolink for sending us this Duo V3 vandal-proof camera. It just to give us a bit of confidence and insurance for when we go on these long trips. Thanks again to Reolink, link in the description. Right, let's get back on that mud and get this rebar in. I need to get this done before we go off to the Alps.
Good morning. Well, we were super excited late yesterday afternoon. We managed to get all our metal cages and the rebar to place in the foundations. We forgot one thing. Look where we placed it. We've still got to remeasure all our diagonals, everything, just to confirm we've got all our measurements right. So before we can get the laser out, we've got to move it all again. So just like that, we've got a clear pad again. Nice and easy for us to start measuring out now.
Right, I just want to really validate my diagonals and the final setting out of my footings. I have invested in some steel tape measures. So these are architect or whatever, surveyor certified. It's a nice steel frame, so it's not going to bow or stretch like the other ones. Both exactly the same. So we're going to verify the lengths, the width and the diagonals, and then set some proper building string as well. This stuff we've got here is old, really stretchy stuff. So we've got some builder's string. We're going to lay that out and get that first bit of rebar in. So we've verified now length, width and the diagonals. We've got a lot of play because we're using these 300 blocks. Previously on all our other walls we've used 200 blocks, but the 300 will allow me a ledge basically for the joists to sit on. And I'll have 5 courses of the 300 and 1 course of 200, and that top course then my rebar, my joists can just basically sit in on a sole plate and all will be good. That's the plan. And 300 blocks are ridiculously, they're cheaper than the 200 blocks. So it's more expensive in concrete, but it's going to be a lot more solid foundation. So right, what I need to do now is move all these strings in by 150 because the rebar are going to be central to the block. And that's what I want to line up my rebar cages with and to get the uprights in ultimately. So I'm going to move all of these in by 150 and then start setting my level pegs.
You're jumping out, Flukes. Come on then. Up you get. Good boy. Right, is this the last time we're moving them?
Sort of. So I've just put these first level pegs in here and they're both exactly 50 centimeters from the base. This is our lowest trench. So I'm going for an average of 50 centimeters, although down there is over 1 meter deep. So I'm going to keep the cages parallel to each other. So I want to set the top of the cage just here. So that's going to be 100 mil above the surface here, which is the lowest point. Around there it'll be a lot more. So that goes 20 centimeters, 200 mil of concrete above. And this jig basically will sit like this. And I'm knocking my pegs either side of this, and this is the width of the cage, and this is where my vertical rebar will come up on this string. So I can get all of these level pegs basically 35 centimeters wide and parallel to each other, so we can just drop the cage in, because these are heavy cages and there's not a lot of moving around space in this trench. So we can drop them in, tie a couple off, and then after that we can tie them all in and all the verticals. That's the plan. I'm going to put these every 6 meter lengths. I don't think I need any more than 2 meters. Yeah, 2 meters is fine. Perfect. There, that's it. Right, and I'm just going to now carry on all the way around, putting in these level pegs at about 2 meter intervals in parallel, in pairs, sorry, and we'll all be ready for the cages. I think that's the most logical way. I'm working this out as I go along. I've done footings for the retaining walls, and this is really just another retaining wall for me. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Any comments, stick them down below. See if I'm doing it completely wrong. But I hope I'm not overdoing these foundations. The spec didn't have any rebar in whatsoever, but I feel better having the rebar in and tying in the block work, because this is going to be another retaining wall, although here will be all filled with gravel. So there's not going to be any soil between this and the block wall. And once the block wall's in and all my drainage is in, all of this will come off anyway.
Call me muscles.
That was a day just putting in those level pegs. We've got them all finished now. So we did them all the way around, and then we get to this corner here, and we're about 2 or 3 centimeters, 30 mil too high. So we're above the level of the earth. So I knocked that one down 5 centimeters and then had to go around all of them again and re-level every single one. And it has been roasting today. I'm not sure that we showed you, but we formed this section here, and it's a lower section, and that is for our entrance into the crawl space. So I didn't want to use up a huge amount of concrete just here. So that is still 50 centimeters deep, and the rebar cage will just go parallel all the way along there, tying it all in.
So it's been a long, hot day, dusty, dirty day again in the ground. The dogs have given up. They're in the van ready for their supper. So I guess it's time to get home, have some tea. We'll be back in the morning, and we're thinking about maybe getting the little mini digger to help carry these cages, because there's only the 2 of us, and somehow we've got to lift these cages carefully in and position them. So we'll think on that tonight, have some supper, see you in the morning.
So to get access to the middle of the site over our footings, I've just made up this little bridge using a load of old decking planks here. So I'll soon see whether it'll be able to take the weight of the little 1-ton mini digger. No problem at all. I had to swivel the bucket round because I didn't want the blade getting stuck on the edge, because it's not a huge gap between the bottom of the blade and the ground. There's not a lot of clearance. Right, I'm going to use this mini digger to basically bring up each of the rebar cages, and that will allow me to dangle it over the footing. And because there's only me and Julie at the moment, just me, hopefully that will hold it in place. We can then secure it with rebar ties all the way along our level pegs, and we put the blue tape exactly where the top of this cage it's got to sit, and that's basically 200 mil from the top of the concrete. That's the plan. Right, so you want those two end level pegs to go about here,
Yeah.
but the ends of the rebar to be a couple of inches away from the bank, so it's not touching. All right.
Okay, I'll steady him.
So I'm going to have to go left a bit, aren't I? So
Yeah.
be careful.
Yeah. You're inside your rebar. I just need to.
Oh, I think that worked. Oh, is it
No.
both? Yeah, it's all in. Look
Yeah,
at
it's
that.
inside.
That's
Nice.
perfect.
Yeah, it's tight inside the rebar. We just need to shimmy along a little bit.
Oh, a tiny bit, so we can move that there, and then I can secure those, and then we can let the pressure off and secure these two.
That worked out well, didn't it?
Yeah, and that's now suspended just off the ground there.
So that's
isn't
just
it?
taking the weight pressure off us.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Right, so I'm going to take it down to there. Oh, it's raining. We'll get this one in because I don't want mud everywhere.
All the sun, the heat, battling every element possible to dig these trenches out. Oh my goodness, it starts raining. You can't make this up.
Fed up of these things. You just never know where it's going to snap. They're so annoying. Seems to be going in okay here, these. And then we've got all the verticals to do. They're the ones that are going to be the pain, especially with this twister. Oh. If I can get a good fixing in each corner, I'm just going to attach these with some straight through rebars. It should be good enough. And then because these are only 6 meters long and we're just over the 12 meters in length, so attaching these will be fine.
This is our third cage we've managed to get in. Now this one was quite tricky because we've put our planks across to brace this little opening here. And yeah, it was a bit of a task trying to slide it in and under the wood, but we got him in. We're just securing it now, and that makes us just this last little bit along the side there, and then there's this one long footing left to get our cages in. The sun's come out, and with all this long grass, it's so humid. It's ridiculously humid.
5 9 one for each end. So one for that and one for that. It's perfect. 7 sections of this cage does it exactly all the way around. So chuff with that, no wastage.
Are we going to slide it under now? Arse. Forgot about that. So we've slid the cage in, now we're putting the bridge back over. Oh, yeah. Oh. It's easier when the trench is a little bit shallower. It was so hard in the deep sections, hence Ian leaning over.
Oh. Well, that last one went in very well. It's the last one, it's always the same, isn't it? So it's all between the level pegs and a nice overlap on the corner, and in the center bit I've just got to join it with 6 pieces of straight rebar overlapped by about 12 inches, 30 centimeters, and we are done for the rebar cages, and then it's just the operates to do. So I've got something in my mind how I'm going to bend all 80 of those, because they're going to be every 50 centimeters. So what's that? Just over 2 foot. So yeah, 80 of the rebar, J-bars basically, that we're going to stick up. But we're going to do those tomorrow. So we'll finish this off now because it is getting quite late. Get the little mini digger back in its home, and we'll be back in the morning. So see you tomorrow. So I've got a bit fed up with cutting all these rebar with my grinder. It's going through a hell of a lot of discs. So I've invested in this Vevor rebar cutter. So let's try it out. This is 10mm rebar. And I'm going to cut all of these to about 100, 1 meter. Pretty good cut. Right, let's get on with it. I have another 76 of these to do. It's going to take a while. So that didn't take too long, probably 10 minutes. A bit sore on the back. I should have positioned it a little bit better. But next task is to bend all 80 of these, I think I've done 80, into J-bars. Now I've got a little jig for that. And this is my little jig. I've got a stopper block there, and between there and the top here is 200 millimeters, and I've got a little hole here. So yeah, the Manitou is coming into its own. Last one. It hasn't taken too long actually, but oh, too much. So you're getting excited. There we go. Oh, not enough. It's always the last one. There we go. Right, that's all the J-bars done. Cut and bent, so it's now ready to tie them in. And as you've seen from the footage earlier, we do not like tying in. Hi, good afternoon. Oh, it's getting a bit hot. Got to start wearing a hat. I don't really like hats, get all sweaty and horrible, but I'm just getting too burnt. So with my head stuck down in these trenches, got to get these J-bars in. These are the verticals that are going to tie in my blockwork to my concrete footing. Now, we've been twizzling them, and as you see, we don't like it. I've just bought this cheapo ReBar tying machine. It actually says it on the side. I'm going to see how it goes. I've seen a few reviews saying they actually work, but I don't think they tie it tight enough. So this will just hold it in position. That's all I'm after. So let's give it a go and see how we get on. Seemed to work all right. Now I've done a couple here. The pain in the butt is the awkwardness of it. Oh, that's all right. Got the hang of it now. That worked quite well. See, it's not very tight, but it gets them into position, so I can just tie one off manually. There, that's nice. Bend him over a bit. As long as they're about along this line, that's all I need. Right, that ReBar tying gun, absolute pile of crap. Do not buy them. Do not buy those cheap €120 guns off Amazon. Now, luckily I bought it off Amazon, so it's going straight back to Amazon. And I've just ordered 4 more reels of wire as well, so that's all going to go back too. Absolute rubbish. It got caught and then it just won't recenter itself to wrap round. And I just don't have the time to mess about with a brand new piece of kit. So it's going back. We're back to the hand ties. That was probably one of the toughest jobs, just because of the bending, the lying, and trying to get down into this ditch to do all the cable, the ties. I tried my drill with a little hook, no good. It's just too bulky to try and get into this cage. So everything was done with the hand twizzler, as we call it. So 3 ties, maybe 4 on each of these J rods, and yeah, they're all at sort of 50 centimeters, except for the couple of the end ones where I measured them up, and that's 40, 60, and then 50, 50, 50, all the way through, all the way round. I've got a few spare, so I must have cut a few extra yesterday, but all the rebar for these foundations is now complete. Everything that's going to be underground is now complete. All the rest of the rebar we'll do will be above ground, which I just can't wait for. So, as I said earlier, we are away in the Alps next week, so I'm hoping to get a video out. But if not, stay with us. It might be just a gap in the 2 weeks there. Remember, link in the description to the Reolink camera. Hit the subscribe, cheeky thumbs up. We will see you after driving around the Alps for a week. Stay with us. See you later.